spoilers for all things The Eternals, in particular the 2 post-credit scenes, which we will be discussing as of right now. Also getting into what they mean for the future of the series. There's one particular huge cameo that you might have missed. I know I did it on first viewing. I'm not talking about the Harry Styles one. A massive Marvel character appears in the second scene. We're gonna get to it. Okay, so in the first post-credit scene, I'll leave a like. In the first post-credit scene, we get 3 Eternals, Thena, Makari, and Druig, discussing how they haven't heard anything from their mates back on Earth, as they are unaware that big old Celestial showed up and swiped them away for judgment. And whilst they're considering their options, including putting their mission to find the other Eternals on hold to return to Earth, they are interrupted by 2 characters, Pip the Troll, voiced by Patton Oswalt, and Eros, also known as Star Fox, played by Harry Styles. Pip the Troll is this kind of degenerate, sometimes inclined to do the right thing sort of character who has the ability to teleport, which explains how he got on board the ship. He's able to do this because for a time he was in possession of the Space Stone, but even after losing it, he was able to retain that ability. He's knocked around with the Guardians and Adam Warlock, among others, and also his species keep their brain in their chest, which was very convenient for him that time he was shot in the head. Eros, however, is the brother of Thanos, and like Thanos in the comics, is also an Eternal. But seeing as in the movie, the Eternals are robots or something, that is probably not the case. And assuming that they are blood related, they would be natural born beings to the planet Titan. Star Fox spent a lot of his youth womanizing and mucking about, whilst Thanos lay waste to the galaxy before he finally decided to step in and help. He's been a member of the Avengers for a time and possesses superhuman strength, speed, reflexes, all of that. He can fly, teleport, project energy, is immortal, and has the ability to manipulate the pleasure centers of anybody within 25 feet. He probably does that too much because at one time he had to be defended by Jennifer Walters' She-Hulk after he was accused of using his powers to seduce a married woman. He claims to know where the rest of the Eternals are, and there's a fair chance we're going to see quite a bit of him in the future because according to Giant Freaking Robot, he's signed on for 5 future movies, one of which being an Eternal sequel, if that goes ahead. In the second scene, we have Dane Whitman contemplating picking up his ancestral sword, the Ebony Blade. Dane Whitman, like some of his family before him, eventually takes on the mantle of the Black Knight after coming in possession of the sword. Whilst his uncle, the previous owner, used its powers for evil, he mostly used it for good. And whilst Dane Whitman ends up being a skilled martial artist and swordsman, he himself is not superpowered in any way, but the sword does imbue its wielder with the ability to resist magical attacks, plus it can cut through any known object, with a few exceptions, like certain other magical items and some metals. And holding it means that the owner can be injured, but not killed.
'Tis but a scratch.
There is a price though. Every time the user draws blood, it brings them closer to madness. Though some believe the sword simply brings out the user's true self. So if you're exclusively doing good, it potentially won't affect you. But these things go back and forth, who really knows? We also get a voice off screen warning him about picking up the sword. Initially I was like, oh, that might be like Merlin who helped forge the sword. Yes, he exists in the MCU, or his uncle, the previous Black Knight. But as confirmed by director Chloe Zhao, it was, and this is genuinely great, Mahershala Ali in his first appearance in the MCU as Blade. Why would Blade be in England? Well, in the comics, and you might not know this because it's not reflected in the movies, Blade is British, but I guess because he's got an American accent, they're not going to be doing that version. We're probably going to get something more akin to, what we saw with Wesley Snipes. Kit Harington has spoken about this particular team up and said, it's really cool. Chloe texted me about that a couple of weeks ago, and it sort of blew my mind. I didn't know that would be the case, so it's pretty exciting for me. So there you go, Blade. He's getting a movie soon. Pretty cool.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
But all of that, like everything, remains to be seen. And that's it. Now, there will be some more Eternal stuff going up here over the weekend if you do want to subscribe. And this Monday on our podcast, The Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows, we're going full spoilers on our thoughts on the movie, the good, the not so good, what we think about how this movie changed the Eternals' origin so that they're big crying robots or something. That'll actually go up a day early on Sunday at bigsandwich.co, where if you do want to sign up, you can also find a ton of movie commentaries and bonus podcasts and early videos. But regardless, thanks for watching this. I really appreciate it. Enjoy your weekend.